when I think about how my grandfather even dealt with Magic Johnson, or how we can parallel this information to the sub-Sahara, HIV being linked to a lot of those people out there in Africa. My grandfather healed, Magic Johnson of HIV. Magic Johnson reached out to my grandfather for HIV.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because I've never seen him talk about how he healed, and I think a lot of people want to know.
Yeah. He took my grandfather's products, and my grandfather's been talking about. Now, my grandfather was a firm believer that homicides and suicides came from mineral deficiencies.
Wow.
In our generation, what we don't know is, as a grandson, when I first started looking at the constellation, I said, man, this, because, Dr. Sebi discovered most of the fruitarian and veganism type of, platform, how everybody's starting to get on the bandwagon. But one thing that I started noticing is that we're not being tested for parasites at all. And I was looking for something that was equivalent to my grandfather's discovery of mucus. And I said, the only thing, and this was right before I moved to Vegas, I'm like, man, the only thing I can really find that all diseases was inflammation and mucus, it had to deal with a microorganism. It has to do with some type of entity. Because I said, we're humans. I mean, once we get invaded, it's like our brain and our gut bacteria. If anything has rulership over there, then we're going to be taken down as humans. So I'm watching movies. I'm like, you know what? Let me study the moon. Let me just start with the moon. And it got me down to the parasite. And when I figured out, the federal side of parasites are actually being enlisted and telling us as humans that we actually may have a parasite that's taken our purpose away from our lifestyle.